Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Air pressure level decreasing.
Yeah, thus far, that does seem to be the only effective way to isolate the coolant.
Air pressure level decreasing. Air pressure level decreasing. Airlock pressure levels dropping. Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Valuable object processed. Credits. Credits awarded.
Air pressure level decreasing.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Yeah, I will never understand why that one just springs up like that sometimes.
Yeah, no idea.
It's like it's storing up kinetic energy from everything else that was done.
Warning. Your oxygen reserves are dropping below statistically profitable levels.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Tether supplies running low.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Warning. Tethers depleted. Helmet damage
Oops.
detected.
Ow!
Be sure to always budget for helmet repair costs. Oxygen reserves are critical. Affordable oxygen supplies are available for purchase in the master jack.
This is what happens when you try to mosh with a like large structure.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited. Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Furnace might have that one.
Yeah, might.
Cutter, you got 5 minutes left in this shift. Knock out that work order before they turn the lights out on you. We wrap.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Yeah.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
Missed a couple.
I did think it was kind of neat how everything started to tip that direction, though.
Caution. Tether supplies are low.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Aha!
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Yep,
So
that's how
they're
you do 'em.
two-phase. I see.
Salvage secured. Account Discount credit applied. Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Warning. No tethers remaining.
Welcome to Venditron 9000. Thank you for your purchase.
Salvage secured.
And if you look on that board, there should be 2 more computer modules on it.
A minute left.
2 of them?
Yeah. They're near the bottom of that. Should have little kind of purplish lights. So
Salvage deposit accepted.
there's one.
Credits transferred.
Do you have to cut it?
I don't think so. It should pull out.
Doesn't
Maybe
look
not.
like it.
All right, never mind.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Well, that's enough for one shift.
Yeah, 4.5 million in one ship. This is without pulling the reactor yet.
Yep, haven't pulled the reactor, touched the thrusters, computer consoles.
Yep.
Not even the ECU. I did pull the power generator.
Yeah.
Wait till you see my dock costs.
Yeah. $120,000 just for the cutter.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't buy that one until you're level 10. I'm only about 3/4 of the way there.
Yeah. But predominantly, that's where they're gouging the living piss out of people. Is
For the most part,
equipment
yeah.
run.
That and the interest, although I have to say 0.01% interest on $1 billion debt is quite reasonable.
64,000, 65,000.
At least it's not 24.99% like most credit cards.
65,000 a day. Think about that.
Yeah, if it was 24.9%, that'd be 250
Oh, yeah.
million a day.
Dollars a day, yeah. That was close.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited. object processed. Credits deposited. Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Very nicely done, by the way. Most people savage the living hell out of the floor.
Credits Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
This is the only room I do this in.
What, put all of the door mechanisms?
No, I go inside to grab all the stuff.
Oh yeah.
Everything else I cut a route.
Warning. Frequent cutting to oral
Yeah.
flow
Oops.
can lead to the loss of preferred employee
This is
status.
what happens when you overheat your cutter.
It's not handy having my Discord button on the secondary down button either. Yeah, to not move and talk, I have to hit the Discord button and the
Yeah.
break.
Normally, games that do stuff like this, I have a tendency to switch off push to talk.
I hope I have to go inside this one.
Yep. Oh, and now the wall comes loose because it was, of course, mounted to the small hard cases.
Yep.
Salvage secured.
And the
Account credit
mattress go to the furnace.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
And that mattress was apparently bolted to the floor.
Yes. Hey man, it was put together by engineers. I have no idea, you know. And
Salvage
nothing
secured.
surprises me. It
Credits
really does.
deposited.
Yeah, me neither. Well, before I was an Army MP, I was an Army mechanic.
Oh god.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I love how they decided to put a window in the bunk room overlooking all the cargo.
Yeah, I gotta be able to keep an eye on what's important, right? The cargo.
Yeah. You pull one of those out with any velocity, you'll do your head in, man.
Yep.
I've seen somebody do it too, man. It busted the front right out of that helmet.
I've gotten pretty good at feathering the pull trigger.
Yeah. Well, these things are tedious. Yeah, 8K a piece. Pull them.
Well, they count for work orders too.
Your
Yes, they
oxygen
do.
reserves are low. Note that excess carbon dioxide can cause damage to Link's equipment.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied. Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Now, do you play with just mouse and keyboard or a controller?
Account credit applied.
Mouse and keyboard.
I think it's funny. A lot of people sit there and say, "Oh no, you really need a controller for this." So they're going, "Not necessarily."
I'm just fine without it.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Mind you, there's games that I have that I wish I had a controller for.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, there's at least one I needed a complete Thrustmaster system for.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Cutter, there's 5 minutes remaining in this shift. Get in while the getting's good. We wrap.
This really isn't worth it.
Yeah, the glass on the mackerel is though.
Yeah, it is.
There's the exploit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find another way of doing this.
Yeah. Well, there's been a couple of people who've been experimenting, trying to figure out what is required to use the switches. They've been going on audio cues,
Credits awarded.
and apparently the audio cues are not what to go off of. Fuel in the pipe makes a series of sounds. No one's
Yeah,
been
I've
able to
heard the
nail
audio
down
cues aren't
what,
accurate right now.
no one's been able to nail down what the sound of fuel being purged from the pipe sounds like.
Oh, almost forgot.
Here he's saying,
Processing valuable objects. Credits awarded.
I also forgot the goodies in here.
Yeah.
Not to ask a stupid question, but are there any other mechanicals apart from those airlock hatches?
What's that?
Not to ask a stupid question, but for the work orders for mechanical parts, those airlock hatches, do you know of anything else that are those?
There's actually several.
Mechanical-
There's the thrusters. There's the fuel gauges.
The antennas, if there are any.
The
Sensor
antennas are
arrays.
actually electronics.
Huh,
Sensor
okay.
arrays are electronics, and antennas are surprisingly mechanical.
I took a look at that, and it counted as electrical. Well, last I checked.
Really,
They might be mislabeled as mechanical, but they're popping up as electrical.
possibility too. That's a possibility as well. I didn't think of that.
I didn't think about the thrusters, honestly, because I normally just grab everything I can that way versus grabbing the thrusters afterwards.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
No
I
problem.
can go and show you too right now the valves in front of the thrusters. Those also count as mechanical.
Oh yeah, the cover.
control valve mechanical.
Plates.
That'd be a good idea, yeah. Thank you.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
These count as mechanical.
Yeah,
I'd never even thought about that. Cool, thank you.
but you have to get them without them being used.
Oh,
So
oh, what the
either
hell?
using the exploit or actually turning the key.
Yeah.
Neat.
I'm not sure that makes much of a difference.
Do they not show, like, are they barge worthy then? If they are used, I wonder?
I'm not certain.
Well, I know at least with the macros, I detach them all the time, even after I hit them. So
Time to start wrapping things up. We wrap.
if you use the key, I'm not sure, considering that I haven't had the chance to check that yet, and how hard keys are hard to find.
This is the only time you'll see me use the crosscutter.
I use it for mackerels whenever you're cutting through the walls to get the actual fuel valves, because I always end up hitting those things.
You
Yep,
don't have to cut through walls.
Really?
Really. You can pull the ass end off of a mackerel and have open access to everything right there.
You can also move the cockpit and get access that way.
I'm about to do it the way he's describing.
That'd be awesome to watch. Thank you.
Not bad,
Alternatively, you
considering
can also pull the front cabin cockpit off in the same manner and
Yep.
get access to the power cell.
It's also perfectly legit to ignite the fuel tank.
Hmm?
It's also perfectly legit to ignite the fuel tank.
I said, uh-huh.
Doesn't that cause it to explode?
No, because you should have access to the levers that transfer all the fuel into the tank from the pipe and out of the.
No, I mean to get
Out of
access to the area. If you blow it up, you get access.
Oh, if you cut them, yeah. Bad, very bad.
Confetti all over the place.
Not to say that's a good way to do it, but it's a way to do it.
You are technically correct.
$2.2 million, not bad considering I haven't pulled the reactor yet.
Deposit not accepted.
It's a scrap processor, lady, not a sperm bank.
Processing valuable object. Credits awarded.
Reactor meltdown detected. Urgent action required.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Nicely done.
Yeah, now I like to give a little distance so this motherfucker doesn't drag one of my engine casings into the furnace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that happen all the time. I never thought about having it cut down to that point and then using it to move the sides there. Cool.
Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited.
And now I have free and easy access to the S.
Yeah, I always explode those things whenever, because I've been doing it differently. Then yeah, that's actually a much
Yeah.
better way. Thank you.
Secured. Account credit applied.
Yeah, when you're
They'll
trying to
still
work them
smack you,
at
so be careful.
yeah, when you're trying to work them at angles, that's when things have a tendency to go horribly, horribly wrong.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
And whatever you do, don't accidentally bounce it off of something or spike it off of something else.
I've had them do that on their own.
Credits deposited.
Yeah, I know. It's the very last fuel tank for the work order.
For some reason, it goes flying into a wall and explodes.
Salvage secured.
Boom, and you're sitting there and you
Account credit
bastard.
Now, I thought these things were supposed to go on the barge, but it says processor.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
And my salvage mechanical has failed. What the fuck?
Thruster not making.
Just messed up.
No, it was the valve assembly that it's saying it
Yeah.
should go to the processor. But it won't stick to the it won't stick to the barge, and you throw it in the processor and it says your objective failed.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Kind of massively craptacular.
Now the fun part. See if I can keep the furnace god from eating any of these panels.
That's right. You still got to pull the caps off of that, don't you?
Nope, they go in the processor too. See?
Oh, yeah.
Caution, tether supplies are low.
Object accepted for processing. Credits.
Ta-da!
Warning, no tethers remaining.
Oop, need a refill.
9 minutes.
Really? That's really cool.
Down.
I've tried doing
Yeah,
it before. Oh, bad.
Down, damn it.
Yeah, people keep talking about this game going VR, and I'm like, oh dear God.
Yeah, like it'd be cool, and I think like the way the mechanics are set up, it's. I mean, I don't know anything about computer programming, so like the perspective and the fact that you just have the two tools and whatnot, and you can move your hands and stuff, that's kind of
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, but like no, like the yeah, being able
Oh,
to
yeah.
figure
There
out
are
up and
more
down
tools
and-
coming.
Ooh. Kind of curious what there is. I wonder if they're gonna have that welder thing where you're able to tie stuff together and send it to the barge together. Really though, what else could they do? Like, because it's
Oh, there's
crazy.
lots.
I think
I'm
you
just
could
thinking-
have repair equipment to possibly rewire and repair a malfunctioning system that's shorting out and maybe won't let you through a room.
Deposited.
Yeah, they did make mention before. I think, or at least I read somewhere about how like depressurized and pressurized areas, like you won't have a way to actually fix those, and you have to figure out a way around it. That would be cool if they had something like that, where you could actually fix it then.
There we go. It finally got it.
Nice.
And with that, the Zealous Sioux 5 has reduced to 0 mass.
Nice.
The ship formerly known as the Zealous Sioux.
The pile
There's
of
something
stuff
really rewarding about looking at an empty dock.
left. Yeah, empty dock where there's not a bunch of floating debris too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the truth.
And 7 minutes left.
Yeah. And that was a cargo ship.
Yep, heavy cargo.
5.8.
Only 636 million to go.
Nice.
So that was probably
Not
then
bad.
about you did to the whole ship really. So that'd be like you did about 9 million total then, or was it closer to 10? You got salvaged.
What? I'm sorry, what was the question?
You got like 5.8 here, and you did like 3 point something earlier, like the day before.
I did 2.2 the last shift, 5.8 this shift, and what was it, Mr. Sinister? Like 5.8 the first shift?
4.8 the previous ship. So yeah.
Oh dang.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, so all in all, about 15 million-ish.
Yeah, almost 15 mil. The ship is valued at, on average, a ship this class, this size, usually between 20 and 21 million.
And I'll bet you that's a little high because Lynx probably wants it that way.
Well, they're also including all of the lights and crap like that that nobody goes after.
Yeah.
Yep.
The minutia.
Like when the furnace yells at you, hey, you didn't cut all the aluminum off of this cockpit hull piece.
You didn't suck my left nut and make my right one jealous. I'm sorry, was I thinking aloud again? No.